What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Just Justin Collects. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all my upcoming content. And today we have the one and only Ben Reily. Can you say one and only if he's a clone? Oh well. But yep, the clone of Peter Parker, or one of the clones, however deep you want to dive into that clone saga. We've got Scarlet Spider, Ben Reily in his classic, I guess, iconic. It's my favorite look for him. You got the overlay, the blue hoodie with the sleeveless going on and all that good stuff. Retro carded on that Toy Biz inspired retro card, just looking great. It's on the one of the updated Spider-Man bodies. I believe it's the Renew Your Vows body. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm excited about that. He looks nice. He looks bulky. He's got some hands, and that's it. But that's more than what we could expect. Two extra sets of hands, so three sets of hands total with a Spider-Man figure. I'm excited. So, yep, Ben Reily. No alternate head. I'm fine with it, honestly, because I would never display him with a civilian head anyway. But yeah, he's clone of Peter Parker. You can deep dive into the Clone Saga. I'm no expert on in that at by no means, but I'm excited for this figure. I love the look, and I want to add him to my Spider-Man cube. So, without further ado, let's break the Scarlet Spider out of that cardboard and plastic prison.
My name is Ben Reily. I'm related to this reality's Peter Parker. How? I'm his clone.
Alright, guys, so we've got Scarlet Spider out of the packaging, and just first impressions of this guy, I'm there. For the most part, I really love it. The look looks amazing. I just have my biggest problem with this mold. I'll get into it with articulation, but just let's take a closer look at everything I love about this figure. So you can tell just the sculpting is awesome, the detail. Absolutely love of course, we prefer soft goods, but they did a really good job with this rubber overlay. I really love that it's not just part of the sculpt of the figure like the original was. That just look how good that looks. They did a really good job with it. It's soft plastic, and the paint on mine is really good. I was worried about like this white paint right here. I was worried about any red shining through or scuffing on, but it looks great. And the gauntlets, belt. The belt's a floating piece. The gauntlets are glued. See the back right here. The hood is glued there, but you do get some lift up on the front right there. And these are floating pieces down here, but they're really tight. Just the detail on this guy looks awesome. Let's go ahead and just get into articulation. So my biggest problem with this mold, uh, with some of these Spider-Man figures, is the choice with the neck joint. Just so he'll look up that much, he'll look down that much. But so you get a lot of range up, but I just can't stand that gappage and look like when he looks up. Just I don't like that. I really wish they would just go to like the neck being on like a bald, like a articulated neck itself, like some other figures do. And I feel like there's just better ways to do it. You get good range and good tilt and everything. There's tilt, twist all the way around, so that's nice. But that's really my biggest gripe. Um, So under here, you have the diaphragm cut, and there's an ab crunch right there. So even with this rubber overlay, with both combined, he'll look down, he'll go forward that much and back that much. So it really doesn't hinder it that much. So they did a really good job. So you get a good bit of lean there, and that diaphragm joint gives you all the twist. So there's no waist swivel. I do, however, really appreciate how this belt floating piece does hide some of the articulation right there. So I do like that. And with the arms, you do have a butterfly joint. However, I would say this overlay limits anything. It's that butterfly joint a little bit. I guess maybe just a tad right here. But you get a little bit going forward, a little bit going back. But it's not going to give you a lot of give either way, whether or not this overlay's here. You get the upper bicep swivel. Really, really nice looking pinless double jointed elbows. You get a lot of range out of those. And of course, wrist turn and horizontal hinge.
with the legs, you get the drop down hips. And with it drop down, he'll kick out that far. Upper thigh swivel. And pinless double jointed knees. Boot swivel, which breaks up the sculpt a lot. Ankles on a rocker. Get it to hinge up that much and down a lot. Like that's ballet toes right there. And speaking of toes, you get a toe hinge. So really good articulation, especially for Marvel Legends. Again, I just don't like
the choice with the neck joint. And for accessories, Scarlet Spider comes with a set of fisted hands, a set of thwipping hands, and a set of open/wall crawling hands. So you get, at least you get all three different hand options with this guy. So that's good. So as far as scale and size comparisons go, get the handy dandy ruler out here, and our Scarlet Spider comes out to about 6 and right at maybe a hair under 6.5 inches tall.
Today, Junior?
It's hard to tell. And here's our brand new Scarlet Spider next to the animated retro carded cell shaded Spider-Man. That's a lot of words. And the retro carded symbiote Spider-Man. So as you can see, they're all in different bucks. The sizes all vary. The original animated Spider-Man's definitely a good bit smaller. So it, I mean, but with, you're not gonna have them standing next to each other on a shelf. They're gonna be, posed up different, and Spider-Man poses whatever. You know what I mean. And if you'd rather have your Scarlet Spider in a Spider-Verse display instead of an animated series display, here he is next to the Across the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse. I get both movies mixed up off the top of my head. Spider-Man 2099 and the Miles Morales. So he fits in either display. He was, both are animated movies, so you can fudge him in with pretty much anything besides live action, really. All right, everyone. So my final thoughts on the new Marvel Legends Scarlet Spidey. I think it's a really great figure. My only gripe, again, is with that neck joint. I'm beating a dead horse. I know some people probably like it. I just don't like the gappage it shows. I feel like you could do a better job engineering, making the neck articulate itself, kind of more in the vein of SH Figuarts and Mafex, however you want to say it. But besides that, the articulation's great. And I know we give Marvel Legends a lot of crap, but the thing is, they are used to be able to say $20 figures. They're $25 figures. And this guy's pinless. It's on a new mold. Really good articulation. You do pretty much everything you would want a Spider-Man to do. It's not going to hit that same level that an $80 to $100 SH Figuarts is going to hit, or Mafex. But it's close enough, and you can give them kind of the, I don't know if I should say benefit of the doubt or whatever, that it's as close as they can get while staying at this price point. The paint apps are great on mine. Everything's good. I love what they did with the overlay hoodie. That looks great. I do have to make an amendment. When I was talking about them earlier, I said for some reason I thought these were glued on, the gauntlets on the wrists. They're not. They're floating pieces like everything else, but they fit tight enough to where I honestly thought they were glued on until I swapped out the hands a couple times, and then one popped off. So they're not going to move around on you too much. Everything's nice and tight. So, but I'd recommend this figure if you're a Spider-Man fan, if you're a Scarlet Spidey fan, you have a Spider-Verse shelf. If you don't have one of the original Scarlet Spiders, this is a great jumping off point. This is your one and done if you don't want to spend too much on a Mafex. So I know the Mafex is really good. But even if you have one of the older Marvel Legends Scarlet Spideys, this is a big upgrade. I sold mine I had the retro carded one, the first retro carded one. I sold it about a year and a half ago because I figured they would be doing an updated Scarlet Spidey eventually because they were introducing the new molds and everything. So I sold mine, and I had to wait a while to get this one, but I'm happy I did overall. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching the video. Again, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're working towards getting to 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I'm working hard on the channel, next to my full-time job and being a husband and a father to a 3-year-old. It's hard to get these out, but I do have fun doing it. It's fun. It's like an excuse for me to play with my toys, to be honest with you. But that's it, guys. Like this video, sub, and as always, I appreciate you.